Title: The Mystery of Shadows. Part 1. The sky was overcast when Eliza Moore got out of her car, wrapping her coat around her thin body as a cold wind blew, carrying with it the scent of incoming rain. She looked at the abandoned building in front of her, its broken windows reflecting the dim streetlight, the eroded structure of the walls pulsing with a heavy silence. This was not a place she wanted to visit, but her job as a private investigator left her no choice. She had received an anonymous call 2 days earlier, an unknown person telling her he had information about the disappearance of journalist Julian Hayden, the man whose case had shaken public opinion months earlier. He had entered this building and never come out, leaving behind nothing but his broken phone and a coded message that no one had been able to decipher. Eliza took cautious steps inside the building, the smell of damp and dust seeping into her nostrils. Suddenly, a crackling sounded upstairs. She flinched, then carefully pulled out her gun and slowly walked forward, following the source of the sound. There was someone here. She reached a half-detached wooden door, pushed it open carefully to find a small room, its walls covered with torn photographs and scattered documents. In the middle of the room, a man was flipping through some papers, suddenly turning and staring at her with wide eyes. "Who are you?" he asked her in a sharp voice. "Eliza Moore, private investigator." She closed the door behind her, gripping her gun tightly. "And you?" "David Strong," he answered hesitantly. "I'm a journalist, searching for the truth." She eyed him suspiciously. The place itself was full of buried truths, but it wasn't safe. She spotted one of the papers on the table, with the name Julian Hayden written in a confused handwriting. She reached out to grab it, but David quickly grabbed her wrist. "Don't touch it," he said, in a low voice. "It's not just papers. It's a curse." She looked at him in surprise, but she couldn't answer, as the lights suddenly went out and the place was engulfed in darkness. Then faint whispers came from the corners of the room, whispers that were never meant to be heard in the world of the living. This was just the beginning of the nightmare. Will they discover Julian Hayden's secret? Who is watching them in the dark? And will they make it out of this building alive? To be continued